Hey gang, it's JC and this is your Daily Dose for Friday, September 17th, 2010, a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Archives top of the page. We also run all of our eye candies on that strip right below this frame. And you got Dave Murray's weather forecast in the corner. Also, you can get us on your mobile phone, audio on iTunes, and here we go with our 15-month paid vacation in full tilt here in the land of the United States of America, where we throw acid in our own faces to become famous and get on television, where 1 out of every 7 Americans is living in poverty, and by the way, that's 1 in every 5 kids, and where illegal drug use, according to a new study today, is at its highest point in a decade, up 9%. As a matter of fact, drug use up 9% from 2 years ago. It's the best explanation I have for the Tea Party movement. All right, we said we got a lot of stuff going on this weekend, and we do. We're going to be in Washington, Missouri on Saturday afternoon. Now, this is baseball, folks. This isn't softball. This is full uniforms, 4 umpires, you know, guys throwing, 75, 80 miles an hour, sometimes faster. Fireworks at the end of the game. It's a charity game for the United Way. It's the Buds out there in Washington against the Sharks. That's my team. I'm starting tomorrow. We should get the festivities going at about 3:30 in the afternoon. First pitch, 3:45, 4 o'clock, something like that. And this is at Ronsick Field, okay? So, if you want more information, do I have it for you? Yes, I do. I just gave it to you. That's it. That's all I got. Ronsick Field, 3:30, 3:45 tomorrow. Try to come by. Bob Dylan, Shavitz Arena, October 21st. Tickets go on sale Monday. And don't forget, this is the weekend for the big Lebanese Fest down there at St. Raymond's. You eat yourself some tabbouleh and some chicken kebabs and salad and stuff like that. 621-0056 if you would like more information on the Lebanese Fest down there at St. Raymond's. Big convention downtown this weekend. 16,000 women descending upon downtown St. Louis. Before you get too excited, it's the Joyce Meyer Ministry. Although, I don't know, some of those very religious girls, well, we won't get into that now. But it doesn't really matter. You can't get anywhere this weekend anyhow. Everything's going to be closed down. They're shutting down all these highways. If you think it was bad a week or 2 weeks ago when they shut down a few things, this is just crazy. You got the balloon glow. All right, big argument in the Corcoran household here. Triple C loves the balloon glow. I don't like it. It's like NASCAR. It's not a balloon glow. It's a corporate logo glow. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of balloons with corporate logos, and I don't really care. The things take off, and I guess it's pretty, but just not that big a deal. Triple C will be there with the baby and her mother. I will be doing something else. A Tea Party has been formed in Australia. Jeez, I didn't know they had a black president there. And by the way, we have another Tea Party candidate claiming that she's going to be taking the common sense approach. I've talked about this before. It's a great strategy to say that you're doing something common sense. We're taking a common sense approach to government. We are going to do common sense radio. And it's just sort of funny because one person's common sense is another person's, you gotta be fucking kidding. So I don't want to hear that anymore from Christine O'Donnell or anybody else or any radio station for that matter. The Jersey Shore. Somebody, please stop them. But even if you do stop them, they're going to be loaded rich by the time you do that, because you're getting $25,000 per episode. These clowns. It's like $300,000 a year for each one of those people. Mike, the Situation, $100 grand for doing Dancing with the Stars. They say he's going to make $5 million this year just because he's got abs. Snooki, you wanted to walk down your red carpet at your special event? Done. 20 grand. DJ Paulie D will DJ your party for you for a mere $20,000. Or you can just wait about 6 months and I'm sure he'll be available for free. Idol. Supposedly Wednesday now they're going to make everything official as far as the judges are concerned. And I like the show, but they're even driving me nuts. Borat is going to play Freddie Mercury. Sacha Baron Cohen doing a movie about Queen, and he will play Freddie Mercury. No word yet as to whether he's going to sing or lip sing. Bob Barker collapsed at a shooting range in Los Angeles yesterday. He's 86. They say he was just dehydrated, but that's what they always say when some old guy tanks. You know, I just thought of something. If he, you know, he's not going to live forever, and he's going to die someday. When he dies, if he goes to hell, do you think the devil will say, "Come on down"? Saw that one coming, did you? Don Henley is recording a country album. Speaking of people going to hell, a woman and her 4-year-old grandson check into a Wyndham Suites hotel in Atlanta, Georgia. The kid finds a condom used somewhere in the room, they think maybe between the bed sheets, starts playing with it, blowing it up like a balloon. Oral herpes at age 4. He's going to be a millionaire by the time he's 5. All right, man, I don't know. It's rough out there if you're single. Because I remember, it was just a couple of years ago. We got our 3rd wedding anniversary coming up here in just really a couple of weeks. But I don't want to say the word is pity, but I certainly am not envious of your position. We now have dating apps for your smartphone. Okay, you got a smartphone, you want to find a date? Go to Scout with a K, S-K-O-U-T. You can punch in your name and your information and stuff like that, and you can exchange instant messages with people who are out in approximately the same area. They put your name, phone number, all that sort of stuff. And once you have a date, maybe you want to check out Date Smart, a new app, ideas and how much you want to spend, okay? Or Conversation Starter, just in case you're such a dope, you manage to get somebody to go out with you and then you can't think of anything to say. You go to Conversation Starter, yeah? It's like, how about that Sarah Palin? Now, if the date isn't going well, you can go to Excuse Me, because you punch in like a certain time. Say your date starts at 8 o'clock and you're afraid that things might not be going too well, you're not sure about this, so you have their phone ring at about 8:30 and there's actually going to be a voice at the other end saying, "We have a major emergency, your cat needs an emergency hysterectomy," and then you go running off. That's Excuse Me. Now, if it's going well, you can punch in Girlfriend Keeper, guys, and Girlfriend Keeper will alert you to important anniversaries, special dates, and things like that, so she doesn't end up hating you. I got news for you. Regardless of what you do, whether it's a phone app or not, she's going to end up hating you anyhow. And then if things get too serious and you think you need to bail, there's an app called 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. All right, we told you we had news today about O.J. and Shaquille O'Neal, and in fact we do. O.J. has always denied accusations that he hid a bunch of his stuff so that when Fred Goldman came around, he couldn't take it after that wrongful death lawsuit win in 1997 by Fred Goldman. But in a new DVD coming out in November, O.J. actually admits that that's exactly what he did. Quote, "I saw it coming, so I went and got rid of all my stuff so they couldn't get it. They'd ask me, what happened to this and what happened to that? And I'd say, I don't know. I came home one day and it was gone. Hey, if they don't like what you say, too bad." Perjury on O.J.'s part, on top of all the other problems he has. And in a bizarre lawsuit, Shaquille O'Neal is accused of trying to frame an employee by planting child pornography on his computer. Actually, it's an ex-employee. It's a guy who used to do IT work for Shaq, but it seems like his main responsibility was to keep Shaq's affairs from ever seeing the light of day. Shaq is a part-time cop, and he may have really stepped in some doo-doo this time. All right, Jon Stewart and Bill O'Reilly are going to do each other's shows. When I heard this, I thought Bill O'Reilly's actually going to do Jon Stewart's show, like do it for him. But what they really mean is they're going to appear on each other's shows. Jon Stewart is going to be on Bill O's show on Wednesday, and then on Monday the 27th, O'Reilly will show up on The Daily Show. What do we got here? Oh, Sunday night, 10 o'clock, a very, very funny guy we've had on the show many times, Bill Burr, got his Comedy Central special. That's Sunday night at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central. Bill Burr, funny guy. Bill Maher back on HBO tonight. That is Friday, if you're watching me later in the weekend. What do we got here? John Hamm, Michael Moore going to be on the show. And Saturday Night Live is rerunning that Betty White show as they get ready for their season premiere, which will be the weekend after this weekend. And this is sort of cool because you get Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, Molly Shannon, Maya Rudolph, Anna Gasteyer, and Rachel Dratz all showing up for you. So if you missed it the first time, you check that out. And I got another Betty White thing for you here in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. You want to rent a good movie. It was on cable last night, and it'll be on again, but you can rent it too, or however you get your movies. 500 Days of Summer. If you're sort of annoyed by what has devolved into today's sort of romantic comedies, where it's just a bunch of gross out stuff and stupid stuff, and you're like, what happened to sweet, funny, clever, creative romantic comedies that actually have, something happen in the plot where you go, whoa, now see, a light romantic comedy, I'm thinking it's going to be just a fluff thing, and whoa, I wasn't expecting that. I got your movie, 500 Days of Summer. It's actually sort of a tribute to the old Woody Allen romantic comedies with Diane Keaton. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's out there now, and it's just wonderful. 500 Days of Summer, Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel. On this date in 1935, Brooklyn Dodgers outfielder Len Kennedy was so upset about being cut from the team, he tried to skyjack a plane over Canada. While he was trying to take control of the plane, somebody hit him in the head with a fire extinguisher and he was killed. Wow, you thought Khalil Green was crazy. All right, JC's Eye Candy. I tell you, Saturday Night Live rerunning that Betty White thing. There's a fake ad right now for the company selling Betty White hoodies. She stars in it, and it is hilarious. So we got it for you on Eye Candy. It's right down here. You can check it out. JC's Video Village, last day before we put it in the archives and replace it with something new on Monday. Back to 1997 and my interview with Wayne Newton, who was sort of pissed about the fact that Vegas was trying to go family friendly. It was 1997. So we got the Newt for you. Wayback Machine is a great piece about Alan Barclage. Wonderful story. Well, I maybe shouldn't use the word wonderful. It's a wonderful story about a very gruesome topic, but it's a great thing to watch. Our old school photo goes back to 1988 and Morgan Fairchild and my skin looking like I'm John Boehner. That's it. We're going to just take the weekend off. Have a great old time. I hope you do the same. Again, we'll see you in Washington, Missouri on Saturday afternoon at about 3:30, 3:45. You'll see me pitch. Starting the game. Going to pitch probably the first 2 innings. And we'll see what else we can scrounge up for you over the weekend. We'll be back here on Monday. That's it. JC's Daily Dose for Friday, September 17th, 2010. A cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. And in the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.